Hey everyone. We sorry for the slight delay. We just had a chat with all our patrons and then we've signed on to chat with you all. So welcome. Troy has just popped to the lavatory and I thought I'd welcome you all because we're already 5 minutes late and yeah, here we are. So hey everyone. I can see there's already heaps of you here. So welcome. And Troy's coming soon. Yeah, I don't know about the issue with the UTC time, the hour off thing. I don't know whether the internet. Anyway, I apologize if we're an hour off with the chat time, but we're here now, and well, Troy's coming, and so I guess I'd start saying hi to you all. No, Sydney Hobart did get canned. Was that new? I think that might have come out today. I think I heard someone talking about it in the coffee shop before I grabbed coffee. Hi, Comsubpack hi, Moin from Germany. Dan, Philip, Jace, Robert, Bruce. Sorry for leaving you in suspense for 5 minutes while you were waiting. But we just wanted to say we were really excited as well about 100,000 subscribers. Troy's coming. If you've just signed on, Troy's coming. He just had to he's drunk a lot of coffee this morning, so he had to go to the lavatory. So he'll be back in a minute. Yeah, we're putting our clothes on, lol. It's actually, it's summer here in Tasmania, but I think it's about 10 degrees or 12 degrees. So I'm in my merino wool possum jumper, like down jacket. I know it's a bit pathetic for you guys that are over in colder climates, but for me it's still quite cold. So I'm in my woolen scarf. So yeah, it's still cold here in Tassie, even though it's summertime. What do you know? It's kind of similar to Europe weather, but yeah. He's back.
I'm back.
So, same thing. You can have a chat and I'll come back.
Hi, gang. Whoa, look at that. That is chock-a-block. There we go. This is what we have for champagne at the moment. Acrylic and polycarbonate windows flexible sealant. Because we are at the putting the boat back together stage. I don't know what Patsky's talked about. Where are we from? California. Yeah, we're putting clothes on. Patience, we're running a little late. We've got everyone from all around the world, so hopefully this stream's coming to you nice and loud. We are back in the water. As you can see, we're back in the boat. We have been spending a bit of time on land. We had to get out of the boat while we were just generating so much dust and ripping everything apart. So... oh wow, there's people from everywhere. Okay, I can see everything coming up now. New York, Gold Coast, Australia. Thank you for everyone that that signed on and bought a shirt as well. We were really surprised by exactly how many we sold. So that that new design seems like it's pretty popular, and we hope that they're going to get to people before Chrissy time. Hi from Kettering. How about that? Ron, you came back with us. Nice. The boat looks beautiful from here. Yeah, we're starting to, the paint jobs really come along well. It looks very fancy. We've been getting lots of compliments, so that's really great. So now we're just putting the windows on and we're at the putting it back together stage. We were talking earlier about, these refit videos. If people are just like, wow, I didn't really sign on for watching refit, we're trying to keep it to a bare minimum, just pass along some of the things that people might find useful and get back sailing as soon as we possibly can. But it is just like a vlog. It's a video log of our lives, and part of life as a sailor is ripping your boat apart and putting it back together occasionally. So, hope the refit is going well. Yeah, Merry Christmas for everyone. I hope things aren't too crazy with how people are managing everything. So yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope you get to spend time with your families. We've got we're going to be spending Christmas not with our families but with some good friends, so we're looking forward to it. Hope you can do the same. Refit vids are great, thank you very much. The refit information, a lot of the videos that we make is just sort of Pasky and I just talking to each other, telling each other things that we might want to know, and we just sort of put a camera in the way so other people can benefit from it as well. So if you're getting something out of it, that's really great for us. So these questions are coming at like this speed. So if I'm missing them, I'm not ignoring you or anything like that. We have splashed, not setting sail. So we're back in the water. That's why I'm rocking at the moment. We need to get the boat back seaworthy. We need to do rigging checks and everything like that. We're getting a full suit of sails made. Make this boat nice and hard. We're getting stay sail, storm sail, all that sort of stuff. Hope the new border restrictions won't hinder you too much. Who knows? They come up with a whole new set of rules every month.
The Sydney Hobart got cancelled.
Did it? Far out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
When are you guys going to Alaska and the Pacific Northwest? Just as soon as we can. We got a little bit of work ahead of us to get there.
Oh, g'day from Covered Pittwater. Oh, bloody northern beaches.
Yeah.
Northern Sydney.
What footy team do you support in Australia?
I'm a Dockers supporter.
Well, I guess
you're more of a.
I was St George.
Yeah, you're a rugby league supporter.
Yeah, so it's cold, -4. Oh wow.
I was just saying, like, it's summer, but it's cold again.
Yeah.
It's like 12 degrees today.
Oh, look, Scotty Glover's joined us again.
Hey, g'day.
Have you already said hooray, 100,000 subscribers? Thank you for everyone that made it
but
possible.
hooray! Thank you guys for sharing and telling everyone about us and putting the word out there.
Yeah, 100,000 subscribers. We pretty routinely now, just like in a few days, get like somewhere between 30 and 40,000 people sign on. Obviously, people will subscribe and they'll look and they just go, they're refitting again. They might skip it for something that they like better. But yeah, it's amazing how it's grown in just 3 short years. Sometimes they felt like 3 long years, but other times it feels short.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's been a little over 3 and a bit years since we started the channel, and we've been sailing for 4 years now. Or, well, sailing, I mean, this year we've been refitting, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. It is worth taking pride in the work that we do, and we're really, some people have sort of gone, oh, with this refit, you know, you're overcapitalizing on a 50-year-old boat, but it's this boat, the work that we do, even when we're finished using it, we feel like that we've contributed to the sailing community, because this boat it won't have to go to waste, get wrecked somewhere, all this stuff go in the bin. You know, it'll support another intrepid bunch of sailors.
It's such a good, tough boat, and it's such solid glass, like it's not going anywhere. So if you didn't fix it up, then it's just going to sit rotting on a mooring somewhere. So you've got to bring it back. Yeah.
Boats hit that point, and Rule had hit that point.
Yeah.
We actually had a few people that wanted to buy it, and we were just like, we can't sell it to you in this condition. We know what's wrong with it. And obviously now that we've done all this work, we don't want to sell it to them either. So no one can have it. You're not having our boat.
No one.
What's a play button?
Oh, so I think when you get 100,000 subscribers, YouTube sends you a play button.
What does it do?
It does nothing. That's why I was thinking, like, maybe if we get the play button, like, we could use it, make it into something.
Is it something you stick on a wall?
Yeah, it's like a wall piece, but we haven't got space for it. So we have to, like, turn it into something, I reckon. Like, maybe we can encase it and make it into, like, on the floor as a kind of a hatch. I don't know. We might be able to do something with it.
I don't know.
It's a little gold, like, play thing. So maybe we can put it, like, turn it into something.
I don't know. We'll just keep making good videos, hopefully. So there's some people that are keenly aware of how cold it is where they are at the moment. So
yeah, because everyone was saying it's wet and cold, and I was like, well, it's summer here and it's still like 10 degrees. I know that's not very cold, but
so
use it as a decoration in the head. Yeah, maybe we could probably put it up in the head.
Yeah,
that's the only spot where we've got spare wall space.
We could decorate the skip bin out there in the car park. No, we're just happy that you guys are with us. I don't know about a play button. That's not that important, but we're really thrilled that we've built such a great community. You know, like our videos, when we get all these like sort of meaningless statistics, but some of them are really great, and they like our like to dislike ratio is something like 99.2 or something. If it wasn't for that nude latitude video and like depressed people that didn't get to see Pascal nude disliking it, I think it'd be a lot higher. But 99% is that's a pretty good ratio. I can just see someone going to write in about COVID now that I've said 99%.
Oh yeah.
So, inspired me to get a boat.
It's the same, isn't it?
That's great. So that's all of this thing is we've tried to inspire. We have tried to inspire people, or if people are already inspired, we've just tried to pass on some of our knowledge. People often ask us for advice on what to do, but we can't really tell you because we don't know your strengths and weaknesses and all that. But I think I've said all that before in other live chats. But
that was my first video. I think it was a lot of people's first video, the nude latitude. I was lucky that lots of cool stuff happened in it.
Yeah, and we kept some cool people. I think we got rid of all the goons.
Yeah,
and we did keep a lot of nice people who joined us.
Yeah. Oh wow! So we're not going to be able to read them all. It just depends if I flick and look at the screen at the right time. Oh, g'day, Jim. You're back and joined us again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very handsome, he said.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I don't think the vaccine's made it yet to Australia, but I'm not sure.
Not sure. We haven't been following.
We're not really following the COVID stuff unless it directly affects us. We're not really following it.
Yeah, we've been just super busy, as you could appreciate, because as well as sort of Pasky doing somewhere north of 20 hours a week, making the videos each week and obviously filming it and stuff. But we were also releasing those shirts and doing the refit, and then we had to move out of the house we were in. So I don't know, maybe we look tired, maybe we look great, don't know. But we have been busy. But the boat is back in the water, and now we're still working 7 days a week to get it sailing. So bear with us.
Oh wow! I was going to start saying hello to people, but hello everybody.
Yeah.
They scrapped the vaccine for Australia. Oh, okay.
Fans, if you plan on coming to the States, check me out for nautical charts.
Who's making our sails? Storm-based sails here right in Marina. They're making them, and they're really awesome. They actually cut the sails with what would you call it? Like They
don't cut it; they loft it out.
They loft it out. The machine.
A CAD program puts it to a printer that prints it out on the floor, and then they cut it out in shot. They cut it in shot. They don't send the plans off to elsewhere, and they're cutting it out of European cloth as well. And it's good. Tassie sailmakers have a good reputation because it's tough to sail down here. So being able to work closely with the sailmaker has been great. And because we're doing the refit and we got rid of all the deck fittings and filled all the holes, if you want to see how I should have done it, just read the comments. We filled all the holes, and what that means, like, we can actually speak to the sailmaker, and he can tell us exactly where he would like all of the deck fittings to get the best sail geometry. So I'm really thrilled. I don't know, we might even get like 3/5 of a knot out of it or something.
We might, yeah. And the rig, someone just asked, is the rig back up? And it is back up. And it will be coming to you in an episode like in January, I suppose, of all the rigging going back on and the work that we did to get it back on.
Yep.
I was just going to say as well, there won't be an episode this week. It's Christmas Day on Friday. So we're just so busy because we splashed the boat 2 days ago. We spent the last 2 days just trying to get everything out of boxes and unpacked back into shelves. And at the moment, we're just waterproofing everything. Like, we've been fitting the windows, and that's really time consuming because we want to do a really good job. So
we traditionally don't release something on Christmas anyway. No. It's a busy time for people. They got no time to watch us do our thing.
I think the following week's New Year, so we'll see how we go. But we're really busy. So
yeah, a slightly damp Central Coast. Yeah, Crowie and Ingrid, you guys are legends.
Yeah.
Hope our favourite little Subaru's going well too.
Yeah. Cars that go.
The plan when we leave Tassie, we don't know yet. So there's a few things we have to see what our timing's like to whether we can cross the Bight or not. If it's too late or another travel restriction comes in because they're shutting down the Sydney to Hobart now, they might do other things. Nothing's sort of planned at the moment.
Yeah.
So
we might end up just hanging around Tassie. We don't really know if there's restrictions. So
yeah, if there's restrictions. If there's not, then obviously we're gonna go out and see more of Australia, and then that's about all we're willing to tell you because it's tough to make predictions about the future.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It is.
No, we're not concerned with chafe and our new rigging. A lot of people have asked us about the new rigging and made suggestions and stuff like that. But I think when we were in one of the videos, I think I sort of made a point of saying that we went with a professional rigger who's done 250 rigs in Dyneema in his, as well as being 40 years on the job, deferred to his knowledge. And so, no, I don't have that many concerns at all because his reputation is second to none. So if there's any problems, and he's a shipwright as well, so I can pretty well rely on his advice. But we'll film that, like, once the rig's up, and we can show you, we can share with you some of the things that he's taught us, and we can go through it. You're free to disagree with it if you like. That's okay. But yeah, we'll stay tuned, because if you ask us anything about the Dyneema rig, we don't know because we haven't used it. We can only talk about the installation at the moment. So
yeah, it's just going to have to be one of those things that you'll see how it goes over the year as we use it. So over next year.
Storm oil. What, I guess you're asking about putting oil on stormy seas. I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore, but it used to work.
G'day, Ryan. I hope the fuel tank install is going okay. Good that you took time out. You missed our chat earlier. So yeah. Cookbook. Someone asked about the cookbook. I'm sorry, I haven't finished it yet. Well, I don't really need to apologize. We've been way too busy. So I have to help with the refit, and then also doing the videos every week takes time too, as you know, because I've mentioned it before. Yep. But yeah.
What epoxy we used? We've been just using the West Systems 105, and it has different additives. But if you want to look at something with more elasticity than 3 to 40%, have a look at the G-Flex. It's a 1-to-1. As you get lower in your ratios, like a 5-to-1 epoxy will be very hard, but a 1-to-1 will be very elastic. If you've ever wondered, why don't they just make epoxy all just one measurement? If you get the 2-to-1 and 1-to-1, they're usually got a bit more elasticity. So that G-Flex looks really promising as well. So that's good stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Do you use any Dyneema in your ground tackle? No, we don't. We use nylon for its elasticity. I had a friend that used Dyneema to tow a dinghy behind a fishing boat, and it just smashed all the engine mounts because it's got no give. It's got no elasticity.
Yeah, right.
And so you don't want that in your anchoring gear. You want some give. So.
Yeah. You want it in your fishnets, don't you?
Yeah.
And your rigging, but you don't want it in your...
What fishnets?
No, I mean if you're a trawler.
Oh, yeah, the fishing.
Yeah.
Looking forward to see how you handle the stay. So are we.
Yeah.
So are we. Don't worry about that.
And it's made. But you have to wait to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, with a lot of the things that we do, it's only a small percentage of stuff that's new. Like a lot of the stuff that we're experimenting with, we don't actually film it because we don't know, and we know that people will go ahead with it. A lot of the stuff that we do, if we're trying it for the first time, we have some good advice from other people, or it's an established technique. We try, and I do conduct a few experiments, but we don't film them just because we know that some people might be influenced by it.
Yeah.
And of course, anything that you see here, you still need to make up your own mind. Like, and we don't say to people, "This is what you must do."
You have to do it this way.
That I don't know if that's even a good attitude.
But
out on the water,
unless it's household silicon, you don't want to use that on your boat.
I've got strong
bathroom silicon and slot head screws.
And slot head screws. That's right. That's true. That's true. But I still leave people to use those things, so that's okay. Our super chats turned off. Why not turn them on for some donations? If you'd
like to support us, we've actually got links in the feed for PayPal, and if you'd like to look into Patreon, that's also there too.
Yeah, we've got some patrons that are following along, and yeah, so we just thank everyone that takes time out to support us. Like you can't do what we do. You can't make a 20-minute documentary every week without some sort of financial support, because we can't just go and get jobs. But we can go and get jobs that pay us much better than doing this. But then you won't get free range sailing. So
yeah,
there you go. Dynamic ropes that are like a bungee. Oh yeah, but they're probably not Dyneema.
No.
Just popped in to say Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. This is not a Happy Holidays channel. This is a Merry Christmas channel.
Oh, congratulations for 100,000.
Yeah.
I was going to say Feliz Navidad. Isn't that it? I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. You were telling a story and then you stopped.
Oh, no. What of all the refit things, what's the thing that we're most happiest with so far?
Most happy. Do you like the lights I've installed for you?
The lights are awesome.
I'm really happy that
the whole interior is amazing.
Yeah. We're really happy that we've done the interior, and we're not going to show it to you now because it is a mess. But when we finally finish the refit and we're out sailing again, we'll do a little bit of a boat tour where we can show everything finished, because sometimes we'd be just showing things very quickly as we go, and people will be like, "Oh my God, you've left all these cables hanging out the bottom of the electrical box or something," or they'll give us tips about how I should be finishing it. But it's a work in progress. So we're sort of misleading people a little bit about what things are doing just because we try and keep it in a chronological order, and we're just filming it as we go.
The finishing touches aren't high priority at the moment. We're trying to get everything seaworthy, and then we'll focus on the finishing touches. And then at that point, we can show you like fully the whole interior. But it's just it was really nice while we were hauled out and working so hard on the exterior of the boat, just to come inside, even though there was stuff everywhere inside. It just felt really warm and cozy, and you'd sit in here and you're like, oh, it's all clean, like the paint's all nice, and apart from the spots where the paint had fallen off where we pulled out the fittings. But it was just really nice to sit in here and just be like, oh, we really did a nice job in here. And the Klansman's a solid boat, and it's got beautiful lines and it looks really good from the outside, but the inside was a pretty rough finish. So we've definitely made the inside a lot nicer than the original, and that's a really like satisfying feeling. So
yeah, well, if we're a little bit blurry, it might be your connection.
Oh, I'm sorry we're blurry.
Yeah.
The lighting is cool though. Troy's done white light and warm light. So that's the
white light,
and that's our warm lighting. And we've got really good quality LEDs.
Yeah, we did. We went and bought really good quality LEDs. You can buy cheap knockoffs everywhere, but we got some that are a very particular temperature. So I don't know. You're looking through a screen, so it's not a true representation, but it's nice and warm in here.
And now. It's also just a little webcam. It's not a good quality. You'll see it later in videos when we're shooting much nicer quality with the better camera.
So the new Dodger does look so much better than the old one, and it can catch rain. But we'll wait for the next Dodger video, and we'll show you some of the innovations there.
Yeah, and also we didn't know, well, you knew, but we weren't 100% sure that it was going to, we were 99% sure that it was going to collect water properly. But because it was, when we were on the hard, the boat was tilted that way.
Cue scoffing. And
then that way. So we weren't really sure, like the way we'd build it, we weren't 100% sure that it was going to drain down to the holes, but it does. Once it's splashed, we're like, yes.
Do you think you'll ever sell her and get a different boat? Not after all the work we've just done.
No.
And no, she's not for sale. we were saying before that people were offering to buy the boat off us before. We were like, we can't sell it to you the way it is. Well, like, we knew the problems with it, and now we've fixed them all up. So we'd like to have it.
What's that tube behind Pesky? That's the fuel filling tube. So that goes down to our underneath bunker that holds about 200 litres of diesel.
Yeah.
That's where we fill the diesel. That's where we fill the diesel up from.
We carry enough fuel to do 1,000 miles without it putting a sail up. Just because when we went to the Kimberleys, we were going for 3 months, so we can pretty much take this boat and go away for nearly half a year, I reckon.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
So.
Pretty cool for a 30-footer.
Yeah.
Because we've got the water maker as well. We don't even have to rely on collecting wild water.
No, rainfall and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Living off grid.
Woohoo!
It's fun. It's
the only thing, like if we were totally off grid and away from it, we wouldn't be able to put the videos up. And that's the only thing that would be the limiting factor. So
it is a bit deceptive when people talk about being off grid, because you're still getting the support of everyone that's back in society.
Yeah.
You know,
that's right.
You've got the EPIRB there, so it's a bit deceiving.
Yeah, we'd probably still have like the sat phone just to keep in touch with everyone.
Would love to see a short Q&A at the end of your vids. We did a couple of Q&As where we just saw the most common questions, but I think the best I don't know how it would be short, because it'd be essentially a live chat, and you can just see that these questions really sort of flow in. It's actually hard to argue with you guys, answer you guys with these things.
Yeah, a Q&A. I guess they're just saying like choose a few questions at the end of each episode and answer them. But the thing is, sometimes our lives are a bit chaotic, and sometimes we upload a lot of videos in advance. I don't know. We could try and do it, but we'll just.
I don't think so. Do you regret not going from the outside in? Everything that we've done, we've had to do depending on the weather. Like, we were able to get in here for the winter. We couldn't pull out and do the exterior paint in the winter because it's winter, and like it was raining and really, really cold. So the paint needs a particular temperature. So everything that we did for a reason. It wasn't as random as it appears.
And also the daylight hours are very short in winter, so you don't get as much time. Like, you're paying $30 a day, so you don't want to be not spending that time
when it gets dark at 4.
When it gets dark at 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's like tools down at 3:34 in winter. So
yeah, we can easily do 12-hour days now, so it's great.
Not.
Living in your own bubble, how do you cope with the news? I don't know if we live in a bubble. We don't necessarily subject ourselves to mass media, but we're pretty aware of what's going on. So we're actually surprised when we come back and we talk to people how many people have exactly the same opinion. I'm sure they've thought it out well for themselves instead of getting it from a third party.
Yeah.
Everyone sort of really is. It's quite shocking.
On, and it's
people are cottoning on.
It's good.
It's unusual to come away from a big sailing trip and you talk to everyone and they have exactly the same opinion. Unless you've gone sailing for yourself, it might slip your attention, but I don't know.
Maybe it's the yachty crew.
Yeah, more than one people can be in a bubble. How far behind your actual refit are you guys versus present time? Where are we, Pascal?
So the cockpit renovations were happening in October. So we're not too far behind anymore. The thing is, we're starting to catch up a bit because we don't want to subject you guys to like loads of sanding and loads of painting. And that cockpit refit, that was actually weeks of work. But we just wanting you just like, stop filming.
Yeah, I
this
just
is
feel
boring.
like we try not to. Some people will be bored no matter what.
Yeah,
but
there's a few people that have said I'm leaving because this refit's too long-winded. See ya. I'm like, okay, see ya. We need to make our boat seaworthy, so catch you later.
Fair enough. It is a vlog, and we just sort of film our life as it unfolds. But we do just try and get maybe it's not the most interesting stuff, but we try and just film the things that are helpful to people with boats, because we did want to make this channel for other people that are adventuring and going out and inspiring and stuff like that. The people that are living vicariously through what we're doing, that's, we love to have you along. But when we first set out, we wanted to try and pass on the hard lessons that we've learned and are still learning to people. And that's sort of like what goes on. And we can appreciate not everyone is going to be in for that. When we get back to sailing, that can be just something that's maybe a bit more entertaining. I can appreciate that refit would bore people.
Yeah. I mean, I found it like we found parts of refit extremely boring. So that's why, to answer your question a bit better, that's why what I was saying earlier, we're starting to catch up, because at one point we were 4 or 5 months behind, but now we're more like 6 weeks behind, I'd say.
Yeah, but we will catch up pretty quick. Someone asked, are you actually live? Because you don't see my questions. Yes, we're live, but there's
like so many questions, and I feel like it's really hard to have a good flow of conversation and chat with you guys if we're constantly looking at the questions. So
yeah,
it's hard. Normally, you would be chatting and one of us would be reading, and then vice versa. But
yeah,
it's just, I guess, if your question's in front of me when we've finished like answering one question, then we can answer it.
Don't try to make the whiners happy; they'll never be satisfied. That is correct. And usually we try and just get rid of them. How far are you going to go back?
Are we live? Yes. Oh, your compliments. Thank you. What's happening with the Dodger, mate? Dodger's done.
Dodger's done. It's glued onto the boat and it looks great.
Fiberglass onto the boat.
We haven't well, it's epoxy.
Yeah, epoxy resin. Are there many harbours along the Bight?
Not that many.
We're not.
There's a few.
Yeah, there's a few spots. There's like what's that? Not Port Lincoln.
Don't talk about stuff that we don't know about.
No. No.
We'll research it
We'll
closer
research
too.
it
But
and we'll let you
there's
know.
only a few things. But like I think you can go across the bight and do stops and like do jumps of about 200 miles. So that's all.
Euclid and that. But
That's all
anyway, we
pretty
haven't
good.
really done the research yet. So
Troy wandering about the bush. What about Pasky? She put shoes on. Offered to laser cut your windows in a for free. You're not there. How come you didn't want me to?
oh,
We just support local businesses wherever we can.
I think actually I thought I might have replied. Someone did offer something like that to us, but I thought I might have replied that we'd already gotten them cut.
Already done.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we got them cut ages ago. We didn't know when we'd be installing them, so we just got them cut ages ago.
Yeah, we didn't want to snub anyone.
Yeah.
Like we really appreciate anyone that
We
wants
totally
to help.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
no, we would have.
Sorry if we
that.
came across as rude.
Yeah.
What's happening with the Dodger? Oh, you've answered that.
Yeah, you'd have to go back up, or you can go down to the bottom.
$30 a day. What a deal! It is.
It's amazing.
Refitting Kettering, highly recommend.
I think probably most of Tassie would be similar prices.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really it's crazy how expensive it is to do it in New South Wales, and Queensland's still quite expensive too. Queensland was more than double what we're paying here, what we paid here.
Yep. Because
we splashed. If you didn't join us earlier, we splashed 2 days ago. We're back in the berth now.
We're floating, and that's why I am such a happier guy. A 23-foot Elizabethan. The Klansmans are 30. Some people might say a copy of the Elizabethan 29. So, yeah, I can imagine there'd be some similarities. There are a million channels stuck in the Caribbean. Ooh, don't know.
We like being stuck in Tassie.
Yeah. Looking forward to going sailing. Waiting on your books, Pasky's cookbooks.
Yeah. Your book.
What book?
You should write a book.
Yeah. So, Panama City. Congrats on 100,000.
Thanks for your compliments and your congratulations.
Yeah, we could not have done it without you, obviously. So,
yeah.
Grumpy John. I like that name.
Did you do a video of the window fitting? We've been filming it, but we've only just we've installed 4 now. And we're going to install more after we finish chatting with you guys today, because there's going to be lots of rain tomorrow, so we need to get it done. But it's extremely fiddly and very time consuming getting them just right. So
yeah, it is.
Took us all day to do the 4 little windows that are in the V-berth and the head and the pantry. So yeah.
Yeah. Keeping our expensive equipment dry is an obsession. So we try and use plastic bags, containers, and all of those little silicone sachets. We just grab those. You can go to chemical wholesalers and just buy big tubs of silicon. Is it? No, silica, not silicon.
Silica. Little silica balls.
Dunker, we have Ulm, Germany. Join us.
Oh, as a sub 10,000 subscriber, I've been on my own epic journey watching you. I hope you enjoy my fan video. Oh, that's David Robert that made that video.
Yeah.
With my laugh.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was really great work.
David Robert, you should put that video is really funny, and I think people would really enjoy it. So you should put a link to it in the comments feed so people can watch it.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Just a highlight reel.
A highlight reel from our earlier videos. Happy Saturday and a happy Sunday to people on this side of the planet.
Yep. Thank you, Jim Eddy. Very kind words.
Okay, here's some questions.
All right. Oh, Ryan. G'day, mate. Was that what you were answering in before?
No. How are you sticking the windows on? We're sticking them on with...
Look, Pasky just took it off me. So we have got Fix 200 acrylic and polycarbonate window flexible adhesive sealant.
The windows are polycarbonate.
Yeah, polycarbonate. Went for bulletproof windows. That stuff you can actually just glue it on, according to everyone, but we're bolting it as well. We're true bolting it just because I'm that sort of guy. So
like extra level of precaution. It would be really bad if one of your windows caved in.
Yeah, a window falling off in the middle of a storm would just depress me a lot. Are you upgrading your electronics navigation? Not really. We're
we might get a better tablet.
We might just get a better tablet
and have it mounted out in the cockpit.
I think a autopilot with a remote might be a nice refinement, but we just try and keep everything as simple as we possibly can. We didn't put any wind instruments at the top of the mast or anything like that. We've just gone with ribbons and a little arrow. So
yeah,
it's all like that.
We like simple. Well, you like simple systems, so do I.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to figure out anything that's not simple anyway.
That's why Pasky likes me, see? Case of pirate attacks. there's not too many pirates where we are at the moment. Maybe in the future. No,
What's
the
to do with-
condensation's been pretty good. When we put that insulation in, it's just been amazing.
What's the deal with using epoxy so much on the refit? Will you cover it with paint? Yes, everything that we've used epoxy with, we are covering with paint.
Yeah, epoxy is good stuff. Like it's strong. You know, the West System epoxy, if it holds 7,500 pounds per square inch, is according to their literature. That's
crazy.
That's strong. There's lots of different additives that you can make. Like epoxy is not just epoxy. It depends on glue powder, fairing powder. You can do a lot with it. And I've just got experience with epoxy. I know what I'm doing with it.
How much lighter is the boat? Well, we know that we've lost at least 70 kilos off the rig.
Yep.
We've minimized and gotten rid of a lot of things that we haven't used enough over the last 4 years. So Troy's given away his welder, which we've used a couple of times.
Yeah, but it's made a nice gift. I'm sure it'll make someone else happy.
It has. It's made a really nice gift. You gave it as a gift to someone, and I'm gifting my sewing machine. But first, I got to use it to make a whole lot of things for the inside of the boat. So.
Yep. Regular commenters, Duran Esbane and Tom Kirby. Thanks, guys. We don't have a sextant yet. I'd like a sextant. And Tom Kirby's just giving us.
Oh, hi, Tom.
So
good to hear from you.
He's our guy.
Yeah.
Red light for night so you don't lose your night vision. We're not building it in. Those little headlamps that you get, they've just got a red light, and it just means someone can having a general light when the other person, if they're in their own cabin, it's not too bad. But we just find that on a boat it's better just to have your own individual one. But we can turn those lights on in there and there. We don't lose our night vision that bad. Steampunk Instruments. Look at that. DI. Dom's joined us. G'day, Dom.
Oh, hey, Dom.
More Germans.
Probably quite late over in Europe. But...
Thank you for saying that we're doing a refit to a higher level. We've blurred the lines from refit to rebuild now. But you know what's really great is we've had some rain now, and I've looked everywhere on the deck and there's no leaks. There's nothing, because there's no holes, and every hole that we drill now, we know that we're going to be sealing it, and we know exactly what's in there.
Great feeling.
And it's all one type of bolt. So that's amazing.
I think the only fitting that we left in the deck was the waist fitting.
Yeah. Sometimes, are you worried about mold? I don't know. We're not. It doesn't keep us awake at night. If it, if it happens, then we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
So we'd be more worried about like doing something and then it didn't work and then you have to bin it.
Right.
That does my head in. Throwing stuff in the bin just. Frosty Canada, I can bet too. Before, earlier on, there was just a whole string of like these crazy numbers in Fahrenheit. And I was
yeah. I was just saying it's summer here and it's still quite cold.
Yeah, the edge treatment of the Dodger makes it look like it might make a good rainwater catchment.
Ooh.
Twiddle's moustache. That was all in the design. Is your wristwatch a chronometer? I guess. Actually, my wristwatch would probably, because it's an automatic one and it has a spring, it's as good as a chronometer, a marine chronometer, because a lightning strike wouldn't fry this.
Yes.
So, yes, automatic watches, ones that don't have a capacitor, that just rely on a spring and you moving, are really good if you think your boat might get hit by lightning and you want to tell the time.
Tom Kirk, cheers from Northern Utah.
Yeah.
Lots of Canadians. Cool.
We got lots of people from the US, lots of people from Canada,
Missouri.
all over the place. We are.
G'day, Wayne.
I guess once you've got 100,000 people watching, there's going to be bound to be a few outside of Australia.
That's right.
We got lots of fans over in the States and Europe, and we're really thrilled to have you. And South Africa.
So our plans for the Australian bite are, if the boat is ready in time, then we'll go. But we don't know yet. So there's only a small window to go east to west. So it all depends on whether the boat is ready.
Well, depending on what you like. If you're a bit of a masochist, you can go all year. It is easier to come west to east.
Only a small window that we want to go in.
Yeah.
We don't want to be stuck out there in a crazy southwesterly.
Yeah. Video Rambler, a new one, and Charlie George. Yeah, we recognise your name from way back, Charlie.
Someone was asking about the lighting dissipation system, Ocean Nomad.
With lightning, I've often gone with just heavy duty jumper cables rather than bonding it into the boat. Heavy duty jumper cables and hooked it onto the mast step and thrown it overboard into the water as a protection against that. So because our mast doesn't come down through easily, so you'd have to run a cable anyway and put a hole through the boat to make a like bolt a plate onto the bottom. I wouldn't like that bolt to melt while it's underwater underneath the waterline.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't tested it yet. I've been doing work on a boat that had full scale lightning protection. The bonded plate and the cable going down and everything. It's still wasted everything. So
yeah, right. We have backup systems if we got hit by lightning.
Our last one, it used to be the mast came down through the wire shrouds, lifelines, and I was aiming for it to go out through our metal steering. But because we've got Dyneema rig now, that's not a case. But our aluminium's a great conductor, so that will bring it all the way down to the mast step. And then we need a couple of cables clamped on and overboard.
Like battery jumper cables?
Yeah, something like you want big, nice and heavy and multiples.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Jean Mondeur, yes, we are still live.
Hello, John.
If you can't go west, would you consider going the other way around? Yes, but again, we don't want to say too much of our future plans. One, because, we'd like people to just look forward to something on YouTube and watch it as it sort of evolves. But also there's lots of bureaucrats at the moment just making up all sorts of restrictions now, dropping them. Then they're trying to, I don't know what I can't put myself in their mind, but everything just changes from month to month. So
nothing is fixed.
Yeah, we're just hanging in there. Thank you both. Merry Christmas. Thank you for all your Christmas wishes.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's getting a hole blown into your hull is a bad thing to do. So and that's not giving it a path. Like as soon as you get arcing, that's a really big problem. We don't really watch many other sailing channels because we don't have any time. But we did meet Plucky when we were up in Darwin, hung out with him. So we wish him all the best. I hope he's still got his boat. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he still has his boat. Yeah. That was pretty amazing. He actually got the footage. We watched the little clip of the footage of the lightning hitting his mast, which is pretty mad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he did put it on Instagram. That's right. Sydney to Hobart cancelled. Isn't that a drag? How you doing there, Alan? Got rid of that police scanner? Throw it in the bin.
What do you use on HF? I'm a ham and I don't even know what that means.
So we don't have a HF radio that we communicate. We just run on VHF. My restricted radio operator certificate only allows me to go VHF. I didn't really want to go HF radio just because we found that sat phone communications is a little, we can call our families, and our VHF has digital selective calling. So if we're worried about big ships and stuff, we can directly contact them. Any over the horizon communications we want to do, we'll do with sat phone when the time comes, and it's a much smaller footprint on our tiny little boat. Yeah, thanks, John. We think it looks really great from the outside. The inside's a bit of a mess because we're making it look great on the outside.
Yeah.
But the paint job came out really well. We rolled and tipped it. It's hard as rock. It's still got its, it still has to cure. But yeah, we've gone with a black and white color scheme, and you're all going to have to wait till the final
until January when those videos come out.
If you look closely, some of the videos, because we jump forward and backward in time, you can get little sneak peeks.
Shots,
but
snapshots. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All power to you, Kiwi jokes.
Rope coat.
Yeah, there you go. Hi from Norway. Our Jotun people there.
Hey, that's what we used to paint the boat. Jotun High Top Ultra.
Greetings from Europe. Want to know where you got your sailing expertise from your family? Pascal did, and you're just working on your sailing expertise still.
Yeah, I didn't really get my expertise from my family, Joe.
I don't know. You went sailing before.
If you're my family.
Yeah, well, I am. I didn't have my sailing when I got Marul, I'd only had 10,000 miles under my belt, but I got like 20 years commercial marine and 7 years living on the boat. So you sort of pick it up. A lot of boat stuff is not necessarily sailing. There's a lot of other things that you sort of want to know, and that's what free range sailing is. Sort of hopefully that all of those things disseminate out as we just sort of carry on and me and Pasky chat to each other with a camera. Area woodwork and clever use of space has been amazing to watch. Yeah, we've really enjoyed doing it, and it's been a good use of our imagination actually. So yeah, refit there. We can't wait till we're actually sailing.
Any seafood you haven't eaten that you would like to try? You'd like to try go and eat wild Atlantic salmon, right?
Yeah, I'd like to live on salmon eggs for a week if I could. So black and white's going to be sharp, very nice. Any specific mold prevention venting materials? No specific venting materials. I guess we'll talk about it sometime in the future. It's not really a spot for a live chat. You can't go into very great detail.
There's a demand for some more cooking and cookbooks, so I think we'll have to just get the camera out now that we're back on the boat. I didn't really feel inspired to cook in the rental that we're in, so while we were out on the hard. And we're just coming back after 12-hour days. Like, we were cooking, but it was just real quick, and I didn't want to get the camera out. So
yeah, Amanda Dunstan, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. So that's really great. Yeah, we need some cooking videos maybe. I was actually wanting to film Pascal while she was doing some cooking, but it was just in a house kitchen, wasn't it? Didn't really feel like free range sailing, but a few people have been like, I'm missing the cooking. So,
no, I've got my galley back. Yeah.
If we were to go outside Australia, I don't know, a reunion would be really, really nice, and all that sort of stuff, but we'll just have to see. And then onwards. Yeah, there's extra rings. There's going to be extra. Dyneema is really great because you might not carry extra shrouds, but we carry 100 meters of 4mm Dyneema. So even if you lost a primary shroud, you'd be able to, like multiple wraps, you'd be able to jury rig some stuff up. It's pretty amazing. Like, it's a bit of a rabbit hole when you go down it, but the things that it's made possible, quite incredible.
What am I cooking for Christmas? We've got some lovely friends that we're going to visit on Christmas Day, and they've just asked us to bring a little side dish. So I think I'm just going to make my mum's and grandma's lentils and a mango and avocado salad, I was thinking. Something nice and fresh.
Jeff Delgado, I've still got a picture of your frogs on my laptop computer.
Awesome.
You know those two frogs that are living up in the gutter? Yeah. Where have the windows gone? No, they're here, but they're we've got the windows in the bedroom are all sealed in. But today's job, apart from, well, it's not work talking to you guys. We like doing it, but our job today is putting the windows in properly.
Yeah.
So
after this chat is over, we're installing windows.
Yeah.
Can't say it's my most favourite job, but
it's not too bad. Losing that weight out of our mast is interesting. We'll see how the performance goes, but what's even more interesting is working with the sailmaker, getting custom sails and being able to put all the hardware into the deck exactly where he says will be optimal. That's what I'm really excited for. So we should get good geometry out of those triangles. So
what's in your medical kit? Well, you did a video on that.
We didn't talk about our medical kit so much. We've just got mainly first aid stuff. We haven't really gone into our medical kit because I don't know if it's applicable. Everyone's got different experience and skills and what they can do. Are you willing to put stitches in someone? So we haven't really done that, and I'm not very expert at it.
Yeah, well, we're not actually. We can't really give advice on it because we're not.
We had Dr. Andrew.
We're not trained.
No,
so.
We did do a video where we sewed up like a hind thing of pork while I drank beer with a doctor. So I
think it's called Medical Emergencies at Sea or something like that.
Yeah.
Hello in Florida. Can you please explain how a mooring works?
The new mainsail is going to have 3 reefs.
We haven't moored around St Kilda, so we can't help you.
Yeah. Don't know. We got so many followers from down there in Florida. There's loads.
We'd like to get sailing again as soon as possible. We just got to get the sails back on the boat.
And well, I've got to like all the holes that we filled in. I haven't drilled new holes and put all pad eyes and different things in there yet. So I've got to rebuild the boom. So all of that stuff.
We learned heaps. Hi, Doug. We learned heaps of new skills during Refit. But we've sort of started to get a little bit better at rolling and tipping, which is cool. Painting.
That's right. Anything about the Dyneema, we'll just talk about it when we, later on.
Yeah, so that video will be coming soon. So there'll be a video of us installing it, and then there'll be a video of us sailing with it, hopefully with Pete, if he's still here.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. He can come sailing with us. That would be nice, but we'll see.
The new sails are just Dacron, but they're quite heavy, and they're specially built by the sailmaker because we put a third reef rather than go for a storm sail. He's like it's all European Dacron is what they're made from. Is the short answer. How long before you're sailing? I mean, we're certainly going to be back out on the water like within actually a few weeks. We should just be able to go out and muck around. But before we're properly seaworthy again, we'll see.
This is the fuel breather. Someone was asking what that was. So it's a fuel breather.
Yeah, just a bit of hose that needs to be redone because it's gone all brown.
What vineyard were we staying at? It's not really a vineyard anymore. It used to be a vineyard. It was called Heron's Rise. And we were staying there over winter.
So, Steve and Kate.
Steve and Kate.
Your work is very much appreciated. Those bolsters are amazing. They are like a precision fit. They are perfect.
They are really awesome. We were scared that they weren't going to fit, but we just needed some muscle, some elbow grease, didn't we? Muscle.
Yeah, John, you can. These live chats will always be there to watch at any amount of time. So
yep, you can go back and watch, see the update.
What aspect of boat life do you dislike the most? We don't really have a smelly boat.
We don't have a smelly boat. We don't have a noisy boat.
We like isolation because we've got each other.
We like isolation. The motion is a bit awkward at the beginning, but you get used to it real quick, and it's probably quite good for you. Always got
that strong core.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that there's one niggling thing that just remains constant. Every now and then you might be particularly tired and you just want to get into port, and then you just like the wind on the nose is your least favorite thing. And other times you're just like, oh, I wish I had just a slightly bigger cockpit to deal with this massive mackerel, or and
just like having to get up in the middle of the night to re-anchor because the weather changes and stuff like that. Things that you just don't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. When we're at sea, I don't sleep a full night.
Troy doesn't ever sleep a full night.
I'm like a little meerkat. Any hint of danger, I'm up and around. But I've been doing that for so long. It's just, like I've been on boats more than half my life. So I'm sort of used to it.
Yeah, so that's something I guess to be aware of. It's not like super healthy to always be doing that. So sometimes it is nice. Like sometimes you'll get into somewhere safe and you will sleep a full night. But if we're out in the wilds, or if we're like anchored somewhere, like particularly down here, because the weather can just change in an instant. Whereas some of those other places, like up in Queensland, you've got that consistent trade wind. You're in a particularly safe spot. You can get a good night's sleep, but it depends on what latitude you're sailing and the conditions and everything. So it's something to consider where you want to sail, and if you're okay functioning with less sleep, then cruising's for you. You need to think about where you want to sail.
Do you want hair like this? Actually, do you get sore backs? Yeah, that's a good question.
Actually.
Yeah, sometimes we do, and it's all about getting stretching. And
hip flexors.
Hip flexors are what get you. So you got to do those lunges and things like that.
We can kind of do a lunge in the cockpit. We can sort of do it in the floor here. Being on land is really great because I try and stretch every day, and that's been a real great help. So, yeah.
We feel like we're on a newly restored old boat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we really, I'm getting a lot out of the fact that we've just turned this boat's fortunes around. There's a lot of clansmen around Australia that sort of, because of their size and they're falling out of favour, they're just rotting away, and they're an incredibly tough boat. You know, like the hull's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not going to biodegrade.
Even with osmosis, like there's nothing, it's not going to deteriorate or anything like that.
No. So having this thing, knowing that we've got this this boat back, and it's easily ready for another, you know, like 15 to 20 years.
Easily. Being
able to turn something around like that, even if we don't own it, it doesn't matter. We're just thrilled to get this little Aussie classic back up and running. So any conditioning, free diving, when if you're going to go free diving after we've just been chilling out like this, you sort of work up to it slowly. Free diving, a lot of it's psychological. It's not even necessarily that much of your fitness, but you just be sensible, you know, stick together, and just a minute up, minute down is, I've always just been quite safe with a minute down, because I know I can hold my breath for about 2.5 minutes.
Around these parts, we haven't really been doing big depth free diving anyway. We're just poking around looking for abalone and crayfish. So
yeah. Jean Mondon, a nesting dinghy's not really a thing that we'd want. Just there's nowhere to stow it that doesn't cover a front hatch. So any dinghy, I don't know. We can speed around on the porter boat, but even then, you know, like we'll have to see. There's other things we can consider. If we had a larger boat, I might think about a nesting dinghy so we can put a sail on it. But
no, we haven't been asked to do that. We're not certified. Like we're not.
Yeah, I can't assess fish stocks, and we move too quickly anyway. And I don't really want to. When I was working commercially as a fisherman, I spoke to a few marine biologists about what I saw, and they weren't really interested. So I'm not interested in working with them. So
porter boat refit. Well, we sort of did the refit of the porter boat, and it's hanging in there. So we'll just continue on with it as it is.
Yeah,
we did that 2 years ago in Cairns, so that's not really urgent anymore. I mean, it works.
What's that?
The porter boat.
Yeah.
It's not pretty, but it's a porter boat. We're not going to make the porter boat pretty. It will look kind of like on the rest of the boat. It's going to look a bit scabby, but you can't make the plastic any prettier, can you?
No. That porter boat did get a decent refit when we were with David, though, and we did learn a bit from him. So
long live the porter boat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we often think about sailing to other locales, but we just have to wait and see. I mean, we've got things to do.
We're South 32. Sorry.
Ooh, they're nice. Yeah.
What kind of commercial fishing have you done, Troy? List them all.
No, it's mainly just pearl diving, beche de mer diving, aquarium fish catching. Fiddling with things. So.
Oh, whoops! Sorry, guys.
Yeah, a lot of it's underwater, not on top of the water, and then just working engineering, you know, like oil and gas. So.
Do you think your boat is worthy of sailing around the world? Is it that tough?
Easily. It's not that tough to cross oceans, but it's a lot more dangerous to do coastal navigation. All of the ocean sailing I've done has just been very relaxing. You know, there's nothing. You just watch out for big ships. You don't hit any reefs, rocks, coastline. You do have to deal with some officials, you know, and different crazy laws and whatever. But crossing oceans is, in this day and age, I should say, it was a lot more challenging. But nowadays, it's, you know, it's you can just relax. So
I don't know. I haven't done it yet.
I haven't done the Pacific, but the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean, I've, you know, gone out there.
The hardware for the Dyneema rigging is it's, what is it? It's not Ronston. It's
Wichard.
Wichard.
Yeah. So with that, we because we got Pete on board, and we just deferred to his expertise. So there is cheap hardware, but with the rigging, we wanted to get that good Wichard stuff.
Yeah.
So we didn't skimp on that, because we're saving quite a bit of money on like marine bronze fittings for our rigging screws and things like that. It's not that expensive. Like the frictionless rings, even good Wichard ones, are only $25, or Ronston.
Yeah,
we're getting Ronston ones as well. The Ronston shocks look really, really handy, so we've got a bunch of them. So Nude latitude. No, you don't want to do that to bring in the views. We never did that sort of title again, did we?
Do we have a dream boat to go longer distances? We can't really think about. We were thinking about dream boats before we refitted Marul, but now that we've refit Marul, we just can't even think about another boat because we've made it like almost just like everything that we want is on this boat. And if we got another boat, we'd have to do so much more work to make. I reckon all of it would have problems that we didn't. It would have things that we didn't like on it.
Yep.
So we're just so happy with it. I mean, we haven't been sailing yet with the changes, so we'll have to assess how it is after we've done that. But we're just so happy with what we've done, the improvements that we've made, because it's really been a process over the 4 years sailing on her, which has been really great because we know exactly what we want to do. And then so getting another, it's just really overwhelming thinking about dreaming of another boat, and then because it wouldn't be a new boat because we like keeping old things going, and we just like the aesthetic of older boats. Would it? It wouldn't really be a new.
Yeah, we're not. There's so many old
new boats
boats
getting made and old boats rotting. Is that what you're going to say?
We just don't support new, like making more stuff when there's so many good boats out there.
Yeah.
That should be kept alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than just being scrapped, because all of that stuff that comes out of a boat has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So no, we don't dream of another boat. Just focus on what we have. And I mean, people were sailing the world in 30, 35 footers like only as recently as 20 years ago. It's not like you need a 57 footer to go around the world.
Or a 45 footer or a 40 footer or whatever.
Yeah, if you want a washing machine, then maybe you do, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Ever ate crocs-aroos?
We've eaten.
I'm just trying to think of eating a croc. You can't eat them in the wild because they're protected. They're not like an alligator where you can get a license and go and have one.
Oh shit, low battery.
The questions are still coming in. Oh, maybe the picture's frozen. I don't know. If you can still see us, it just looks like that we're frozen at the moment. So
it's working hard. Do you want to switch to your
yeah. If anyone's out there, if you can still see us and hear us. Frozen camera. We have no sound, no video. Picture froze.
Do you want to switch to yours?
Frozen camera, no sound. Yeah, it froze. So I heard the question. Wait a second. If it's we're just trying to get onto my.
Just type it.
What are you talking about?
Just type what, because they're not getting audio.
No, they're getting audio.
Oh.
They're just saying the picture's frozen.
It's because my battery's gone flat.
Have you? We're just hotspotting my phone instead of Pasky's phone now to come to you guys. So Australian internet, the best in the world. I feel like I'm eavesdropping.
Well, it's not picking up any signal.
Video's good in Melbourne.
Oh, mobile hotspot.
Free range sailing and technical difficulties. Yeah, we're not too stressed. Don't worry about it.